What's up guys, it's Trevor with Embers. Today we're checking out a new barbecue review and we thought what a better spot to do it than the new expansion part of our showroom. Show them Chris. Showroom's opening up, connecting to the rest of the store. This is gonna be the new outdoor barbecue division with some cool new departments in it. I'm really excited to talk about that. But right now we're talking Masterbuilt. We're doing the gravity fed series. Let's get it unboxed and check this bad boy out. So don't forget to, if you're in the Denver, Colorado area, come down to our showroom, check out all this stuff for yourself. Go ahead and smash that like button if you enjoy this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. The more subscribers we have, the better. So this is the Masterbuilt series. I'm late to the game on this review. It just took me a while we just had so many projects going on. I couldn't really get this review done. So there are reviews out there, but I actually don't know that much about it. I've not taken the time to educate myself on this grill. So that's kind of fun though, because then we can kind of learn together about this product. But I think in theory, it's essentially like a pellet smoker, works like a pellet smoker, but uses charcoal as its fuel source. I could be way off base. Only one way to find out. Let's put it together. All right, we got it put together. First thing right off the bat, I would say I've put together a lot of grills. I would call myself pretty good at it. Now I have the guys do it, but I've been hands-on with plenty of grills to assemble. This is by far the most painstakingly annoying grill I've ever put together. It's a couple hour project, so get yourself a sixer, a couple of buddies, and don't let yourself get frustrated. I'll just say it's a good thing we're not in the main showroom for our frustrations boiling out with customers here. So little side note, doesn't really affect how the grill's gonna perform, but it was a bear. Okay, so you can see it's quite the machine. It's pretty tall. This is essentially our hopper, so this is where our charcoal is gonna go. I'm learning with you guys. Now normally I kinda know what I'm talking about before I do a video. I've never ever been hands-on with this sort of gravity style charcoal grill. So we're gonna kind of learn together how it works. Putting it together was actually helpful because I could sort of start to see how it's kind of coming together. This is the bigger one, so it does come one size smaller if you want. Here's our hood, double lined hood, nice handle, thermometer. Let's look inside here, show you our cooking system. Side note, probably the stupidest thing I've ever seen any grill company do is they put like a marketing picture on the inside hood where nobody's gonna be looking at that. I'm guessing it's for a store. Like if you have it open, you'll see like people enjoying their dinner. But look at this. We cannot get this glue off. We tried for like 20 minutes. So we're just gonna have to burn it off. That's a nice little tasty treat on your food is that glue. Another annoying, if you guys haven't figured it out, I'm kind of in a bad mood putting this thing together. We got some porcelainized cooking grates here, some extra spots here. These are kind of annoying as far as like covering up your main cooking grates off, but if you need the real estate, it's kind of nice to have in a pinch. And then your actual cooking grates are cast iron, so that's pretty nice. So that tells me that this thing is definitely gonna get hot enough, because that's what I wanna see, like all smokers, is can you sear with it? Can it be like an all-in-one smoker, or is it really just gonna be low and slow? Cast iron is a good sign that they want you to sear. Oh, well, I'll have this here. Let's get in the firebox. So, now, if I'm wrong, no need to blast me in the comment section. Just tell me. Just tell me how it works. You don't have to be mean. Just tell me. Anyways, this is what I think happens. We fill up our charcoal here, and this is literally gonna be like a gravity fed system, and this is kind of like creating a stack. Now what do I mean by a stack? This sort of is gonna kind of make like a chimney, almost like a wood fireplace, and sort of help keep our airflow going the right direction by this being so vertical here, and that's gonna help our fire. This is a heat exchanger right here, and I think what we do is if we open this up right here, check this out, Chris. We're gonna open this wide open, and then that's gonna allow airflow right in there for our heat exchanger. And then when our charcoal's hot, it's gonna push the hot air into our heat exchanger, and that's what's gonna create heat for us to cook on, is that heat exchanger or our smoke. So for our smoke flavors. Then in here, this is our ash clean out. So this is an ash clean out. Whoops. So this bucket sits in here like this. There's kind of a lot of contraptions to this thing. Ash bucket sits like that. This is gonna sit on top, just like that. And then our charcoal actually sits right in there as well. And then also, there is a bypass opener here. Now this is where I think the magic happens and what makes this unique compared to other charcoal smokers, is down here. Yep, I have that right. Down here is our fan. So remember how I kind of said it's like a charcoal smoker that is emulating like pellet technology? Here's the part where it's kind of like a pellet. There's no auger motor, there's no igniter, you have to manually ignite this. But this is a fan that's gonna be pushing oxygen into our chamber here, sort of our chimney stack. So the idea is that we can use charcoal heat with sort of our firebox right here, but we have perfect temperature control because let's say we call for more heat and we turn it up, let's say we want it at 500 degrees. What that's gonna do is kick the fan on and start pumping oxygen into our firebox, which is gonna create more heat. The more oxygen you have, the hotter it's gonna get. We need to dial it down, then it's gonna, you just kick it back and then the fan will shut off. And then we close both of these to shut off our oxygen to our cooking firebox and then our actual firebox where our heat is being generated. That stops oxygen airflow, which will eventually kill out the fire. That's what I'm thinking. That's my theory after putting it together. Only one way to find out. We gotta cook on this, and I got something different today. I don't have ribeyes, I have filet mignon, because just thought I'd mix it up. I'm on a diet, I don't need all that fatty parts of the ribeye. Just looking through the instructions a little bit, this is a safety sensor, so when you open this, it's gonna shut the fan off, because if you're cooking at hot temperatures, you don't wanna open this and refill it, because this is a sealed firebox. You can see we have gasket materials all the way around and everything. They need good air control, so if you're opening it and messing with it, you're gonna lose your draft. But more importantly, that's a safety feature, because you don't want to backdraft fire in here right when you're looking in. That would be bad. That's not good. Can't have that. So this is app controlled too. So we're gonna have to like test out the app as we cook on it. This front shelf is retractable, so it folds down like that. Here's our controllers. We got some hanging hooks back here. This was kind of cool. I wish some of the other grill brands did this. There's like a little storage cubby back here, which is kind of nice. With the storage cubby, we have our meat probe, comes with the meat probe. So we keep that in there. And then here is our clean out for our cooking area. So all of your grease is gonna go down into a grease trap down in here, and then we can pull that out there. Power cord, so we'll plug that in. I think that's it. Let's get this off of here. We want the least amount of glue. This is what I'm talking about. They did this inside the fireplace. Of course, that one, look at that, comes off piece of cake. The one we really need to come off is this one, and maybe it's a one-off, but maybe the sun was hitting it or something, but that is like baked on there. Look at this, I just found this out, putting these back. This is a fun little, I was wondering why it says smoke right here. So see how like these are triangular? On the back side, it says sear. So we have hotter surface areas. So see, more of this hot cast iron is gonna hit our meat for the sear side. And since we're doing filet mignons, we want that set to a sear. So I'm gonna flip these. So we're gonna get this outside, get it seasoned, and see how it goes. All right, so I'm a dummy. I had it wrong. Okay, so what we are doing is I had this sitting here. That's not where it goes. It actually, there's a little slide out tray right here. So this sits here. Now, what is kind of cool is see this opening with these little support bars? That's where our fire starter goes, because remember, there's no igniter. We have to ignite this thing manually. Side note, maybe it's fine after you get used to it, but there's so many steps involved to get this going. To me, like the idea of perfect temperature control is to be hands off. Like a pellet smoker, you fill it up with pellets and turn it on and you're done. This, you're doing so many things manually to achieve a digital way to control the temperatures, but it still requires a lot of work. And I'm trying to figure out if it's worth the work versus just having like a Kamado or a kettle. So far, not so good, but we'll see. Okay, so we got this set. I'm gonna follow the instructions. Open hopper lid and hopper ash drawer. So our ash drawer lid, our hopper lid open. Fill hopper with charcoal. I'm using Big Green Egg charcoal because it's kind of smaller. So you can use briquettes or lump charcoal. I like the Big Green Egg stuff for stuff like this because it's small. It's lump charcoal, but it's smaller, and it catches fire real easy. So I think it will make for an easy startup. Yep. So we want about half full, 3/4 full. Well, we're 3/4 full, all right. They want us to use 10 pounds of lump charcoal. How much do we use? Well, this was a 10-pound bag that wasn't quite full, so makes sense because the hopper's not quite full. So they're on track there. Place fire starter in charcoal grill and light. Use food safe fire starter. Never use fast light charcoal or lighter fluid. That's a given. Never want to use that anyways. Who wants that in their food? Not me. So they want us to put this in here. So let's give it a try. These little squares are actually perfect for it. And it says to wait 1 to 2 minutes. I would imagine it's going to take longer than 2 minutes to get our fire going. That's what they said. Let me scoot it in there a little more. There we go. All right, let's turn our grill on. I just don't feel like messing with the app today, so I'm just doing it all on here. All right, let's set our temperature. I'm gonna set it as hot as this baby will go. All right, I think it's set. So now that it's set, we're gonna get a nice air-controlled firebox. So now oh, you hear the fan? Fan just turned on. We're doing it, guys. Yeah. We're doing it. I must not have installed that right because that's not airtight. We got smoke coming out of our thermometer. So we're getting a couple sparks here. I mean, you can tell that that fan is pumping air into there. It's supposed to create a hot fire super fast. They said we were gonna be at 700 degrees at 13 minutes. I don't know why I stare at my watch that long. 13 minutes they said, so. All right, so I just got some fillets. I thought fillets would be good. Just because we're just gonna be doing quick, simple, just show how good they sear. And fillets are great seared. Now, if you watch our channel or subscribe to our channel, you know I'm always cooking ribeyes. But ribeyes are my favorite cut because they're fatty. I think they have the most flavor. But the reason they have the most flavor is they're the fattiest. So if they're the fattiest, what does that mean, Chris?
More calories.
They're the highest in calories. So the fillets, a little healthier for you and can't hurt. So that's the pepper cannon. That thing makes a lot of pepper, huh?
Love it.
So with fillets, I think you got to be super aggressive on your seasoning because we don't have a lot of fat content. So we have to offset that with our flavoring. Yeah, I think that takes care of it. All right, so I'm gonna give this a while because I want it to run for quite a while at that temp. Here's my only complaint, and maybe I need to reread the instructions so it can give me sort of a guideline, but they don't want you opening this if you're cooking above 300 or whatever it is. But I don't know how full it is. So I don't know how long I have before I'm gonna run out of fuel. That's a lot of charcoal, so it should last me a while. But we'll see. But it's hard to tell when you're cooking this hot if you need to refill it or not. That's a minor complaint. All right, we're at temp, so let's see how good these bad dogs can sear. It sounds pretty good. You judge a sear by the sound, not by what you see. Right, Chris?
Yeah.
It definitely gets hot enough, I'll tell you that. So if you're looking for a smoker that can get hot, this will do the trick. It's one of the handful of ones out there that will do that. So far so good. I'm gonna leave them on that side, come back and flip them in like 1 minute. Time to flip them. Well, that answers that question. Can it sear? Look at that. That's beautiful. It's gorgeous. That's a seared steak right there. All right, a couple more minutes, and we'll pull these bad dogs. All right, I think these are about ready to pull. Yeah, look at that. That pepper cannon gave us a nice little crust. Well, it can definitely sear all right. And see kind of the pink hue around that? I think that's like a nice little smoke ring we got too. So it definitely did the job. I mean, this thing seared, it got the temp super fast. I mean, with an oxygen powered pump in it, it's like running on steroids basically compared to like a Kamado. I'm still torn though. I mean, we gotta taste these steaks. That's really gonna be the deciding factor. But if you could only have one grill, is this what I would choose? That I'm not sure on. I mean, there's so many fun grills. There's Kamados, there's pellet smokers, there's gas grills. Me, as you guys know, when I'm searing, it's hard to get a lot of smoke flavor anyways when you're cooking that hot. So I kind of like searing on gas if I'm just doing steaks. I'm always like, you gotta have one of each. And I don't know if this would make it into my repertoire of barbecues at my house. But it is cool. It's really fun. But let's taste these steaks and come to a final conclusion. Let's let them rest for a couple minutes. All right, let's figure out how to shut this thing down. So of course, we're gonna need to turn off the fan. So I did that, killed the fan, and then I think we're gonna put our oxygen bypass guys in. And what this is gonna do, this should shut off the oxygen to our firebox and slowly get rid of our fire. I can see a little bit of fire in there, so I mean, it's definitely toasty. Should we just open it just for fun?
I'll stand back. Do it.
Okay, let's give it a try. Don't try this at home. Wow, we still have quite a bit of charcoal left. Probably only used about half of it. That's pretty good. So what's cool about that is you can tell it was being efficient with its fuel. I mean, we cooked at 700 degrees for what, almost an hour? That's pretty good. So it didn't plow through the charcoal. So we'll let it cool down, let those steaks rest. All right, now this is a question that's bothering me. I'm having a hard time. Which one of these bad dogs do I cut into? Which one?
Let's see.
This one's calling my name for some reason. I feel like that's gonna be the tastiest one. So let's get this guy ready. All right, you ready?
Ready.
Oh yeah. It's a nice, I can tell the crust is crunchy, nice medium rare on the inside. That's tender. Let's try it. I'm not getting a whole lot of smoke, but that's okay because, like I said, when you're cooking at those high temps, you're just not gonna. You get a lot of smoke-infused flavor when you're cooking low and slow. So, to me, I think it's overrated to have a smoker that can sort of sear because you're not gonna get a lot of smoke flavor anyways. That's why I'm a huge fan of gas grills for searing. However, if you can only have one machine, it's nice to have something that can do it all. So this Gravity series can do it all. It can go low and slow, it can go high heat and sear, but it's absolutely delicious. So, I mean, it's definitely doing the job. If I could only have one grill, would it be the grill I would choose? Probably not. It's still a little bit of work, even though it's electronic and you have to have power to it, but you still have to like mess with it manually. So that's kind of like I don't know, I'm like really 50-50. I've never been like this torn on a barbecue. Usually I'm like, I love it or I hate it, but this one's like right down the middle. I like it and it's super functional, but there's some things that annoy me about it and I can't put my finger on it. Like I said, this review's late to the game. So if you're an experienced gravity fed, a Masterbuilt owner, let us know in the comment sections what you think of it and why you like it or dislike it. Stay tuned for more videos. See you next time.